group of engineering students studied abroad in Germany this summer from LSU, where we had the experience of a lifetime. We were privileged to see the key differences between Germany and America and discovered that Germany is an extremely environmentally conscious country. They take great pride in living in this kind of lifestyle, which is evident through their means of transportation. Many German citizens travel using electric mobility. Electric mobility can be broken down into three subcategories: bikes, public transportation, and cars.
In Germany, e-bikes are becoming a more commonly used means of transportation. According to Bueller's research, this could likely be because Germans are approximately 4 more times likely than Americans to bike rather than drive a personal vehicle, no matter the distance, reason, or economic status of the person. This keeps down waste emitted by gas cars into Germany's air. Bikers naturally cover long distances commuting from home to work, running errands, and more. The e-bike's motor can give bikers an extra push of support so the rider doesn't have to expend as much energy. Along almost all streets and pathways, there are designated biker paths. If there isn't a distinct line for a path, it is common for people to still stay to the right because they know that bikers will generally ride past them on the left. This is a common culture courtesy. In Baton Rouge, it would be very rare to see an e-bike being used, especially since they are far more common in Europe than the United States. They are theoretically non-existent in our city. However, a common sight in Baton Rouge, and specifically around the LSU campus, is regular non-electric bicycles. Students have the ability to bike around campus and the surrounding areas. Most places have bike racks for this reason. Just because it's an option, though, doesn't mean that everyone partakes in riding their bike. A study conducted by Roger Jello for the Portland Bureau of Transportation revealed that 60% of the Portland area is interested but concerned in cycling. The idea of bike riding appeals to them, however, the barriers of safety and limited access to convenient bike routes deters them. Although this percentage does not directly relate to Baton Rouge, this is a common feeling amongst residents of the city. Bikers often resort to other means of transportation because they do not feel safe to cycle in the Baton Rouge area. For example, here's the experience an LSU professor had with the unclear bike paths in Baton Rouge.
As a person who has lived in both the US and Germany, how does public transportation compare between the two?
I'd say there's really almost no comparison. Public transportation in Germany is very much an everyday thing. In the US, I think it's very different. Most people don't use it on a daily basis, especially in Baton Rouge.
Do you ride your bike in Baton Rouge?
I did not ride a bike in Baton Rouge.
Why not?
Well, when I first moved to Baton Rouge, I was biking to work every day. But within the first 6 months of living in Baton Rouge, I was actually hit by a automobile twice, and I decided that it was probably not the safest thing to continue biking.
Do you use public transportation in Baton Rouge?
I do use the LSU's Tiger Trails bus system sometimes. It's very different than a bus system that you would see in Germany.
Although Tiger Trails is available in Baton Rouge, public transportation is far more accessible in Germany than it is in the United States. In fact, according to the United States Department of Transportation, 16% of German workers use public transit to commute to work, while only 5% of workers use it in the United States. Within Baton Rouge, even less people use public transit because of the lack of accessibility they have to it. In Germany, we were able to take public transit all across the country, and even outside the country when we traveled to Prague in Austria. Public transit in Baton Rouge also falls short in the use of electric mobility. In Germany, all the subways, or U-Bahns as they're called in Germany, we took were powered by electricity as well as the cross-country trains. These subways and trains also featured doors that users had to manually activate to open. This is so the doors wouldn't open at every stop, and therefore these doors conserve electricity. Baton Rouge has nothing similar to this. The only public transportation offered to get across Baton Rouge is CATS, the city's bus system that uses large diesel buses. Baton Rouge, unfortunately, does not compare to Germany in the use of electric mobility within their public transportation system.
Additionally, the usage of electric cars varies drastically from Germany to America. Electric cars provide a clean, efficient mode of transportation while still giving people the independence of having their own vehicle. Many people would like to reduce or eliminate their carbon footprint, however they do not want to rely on a service such as public transportation. Electric vehicles offer a zero-emissions alternative to traditional gas-powered cars, allowing for a cleaner environment. Over the past several years, many companies have begun producing mass-market electric vehicles. Far more German companies have developed and are producing electric vehicles than American companies. BMW produces the i3, an all-electric small hatchback vehicle, as well as the i8, an all-electric high-performance sports car. BMW is also planning to expand its i-line as an electric sub-brand to the company. Volkswagen currently offers an electric model of their popular Golf hatchback named the e-Golf. Mercedes-Benz also sells an all-electric small SUV called the B250e. All of the aforementioned car companies also offer gas and hybrid electric variants to many of their regular models. Porsche created the 918 Spyder, which is a plug-in hybrid electric high-performance hypercar. Audi also sells a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle and a hybrid version of one of their SUVs. Contrarily, very few American car companies have such a great focus on electric vehicles. Tesla is an American electric car manufacturing company, which is largely considered to be on the forefront of electric car development. They currently offer only 2 models, with the third to be released in the next few years. Even with such a small vehicle lineup, Tesla has no real competition from other American companies. Most American car manufacturers do offer at least one hybrid model, but very few have all electric options. In Nan's case study examining the market potential for plug-in electric vehicles in Germany, they found that in the next few years, up to 60% of German vehicles could transition to electric power. As a society, Germany has a greater focus on efficiency and being more environmentally conscious than Americans. The United States has a large dependency on oil and does not really show signs of wanting to change that habit.
During the study abroad experience, we learned about the lifestyle of another country and were able to compare it to our own. We saw the differences in how Germany treats the environment as compared to the United States. The use of electric mobility caught our attention as an important part of the German lifestyle. This is exemplified through the use of bikes, public transit, and cars. America is unfortunately not as advanced as Germany in these areas, but in the future it would be beneficial if we could implement some of the same ideals into our nation to better our world.